Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my match on WWE 2K25. This is our final one of the day, and it will be Konosuke Takeshita repeating his very first ever match in wrestling at the age of 16 he was when he took on El Generico in DDT Pro. And you can sort of see that with Takeshita over his career. We've seen his moveset, we've seen stuff like the Haluva Kick, the Blue Thunder Bomb, and also recently in the G1 Climax, rocking the Brainbuster onto the top turnbuckle as well. So really, El Generico has imprinted on him in his career. And what a debut that is. Can you imagine being a 16-year-old kid being told you're going to have your debut on a wrestling show, and it ends up being against El Generico, who at the time was one of the biggest names in the worldwide independent scene. It's massive, isn't it, really? El Generico currently in our roster then. We do have El Generico separate to Sami Zayn because they're not regarded as the same thing, if that makes sense. Sami Zayn, it's not really spoken about much that he was El Generico, obviously, we all know, obviously. And on the independent scene, El Generico is not Sami Zayn gone to WWE. If you've watched bits and bobs, you'll know that El Generico is widely regarded as gone to work with, was it children in some South American country? I can't remember what it is now. Something on them sort of lines. They've said he's retired. And he has. He's gone to WWE. It's the same thing, isn't it, really? So, yeah, El Generico only ever had 3 matches in our Universe mode so far. 2 in 2022, 1 in 2023. Currently sits on -1 after those 3 matches. So, a big opportunity here today for him to start to build himself back up. And I would like to use Generico more. And again, it's one of those things I've said in the past where we just sort of forget about people. If you think we've got over 1,100 men now on the men's rankings, we've got a couple of hundred tag teams, we've got over 50 women, we've got about 50 odd, we've got 500 women, we've got about 50 female tag teams as well, we've got intergender tag teams. We're just going to keep forgetting about people over and over again, so that's why I do like doing these themed weeks or couple of weeks. It allows us to really utilise a different group of people every single time, and I think it's worth it. I think it's good. Because I don't think we've even used that much of Takeshita, really, considering how amazing the guy is and how much he's dominating. He's had 13 matches on a Universe mode. Only debuted back in 2023 where he had 2 matches. He had 7 matches last year in 2024, and of course that was part of the G1 Climax to crown the original All-Asian Champion. 4 matches so far this year. He currently sits on +4 after those 13 matches. He's not had the best of years so far. He's had 4 matches so far. 3 singles matches, all on the losing side. However, those matches I'm pretty sure were all like gauntlet matches and multi-person matches, so he's not really had a lot of opportunities to showcase what he can do on a singles level. The one match he has won then was, of course, the tag team match last week alongside Kyle Fletcher as Protoshita against the debuting E-Reptile Dysfunction. So there we go, that is all my crap spoken about. We are timing to kick off. That's not even real words, is it? It's now time to start the match. I did realise the other day as well, because I was messing around with this match yesterday and I got annoyed with it and gave up because it went to count out twice in a row and it annoyed me. I've had a quick look. You can actually see this match on the DDT WordPress website, which is mad when you think about it. But yeah, have a look if you feel like you've got a bit of time to waste and you want to go and do something weird. Just search up Konosuke Takeshita vs El Generico. The DDT WordPress site will come up, and you can see a 16-year-old Konosuke Takeshita making his debut against Generico. And yeah, 16-year-old Takeshita looks very, very different to current day Takeshita, I'll tell you that. As Generico starting things off strong, then with the knees into the back of Takeshita. Big knee into the back of the head as well. Generico now backs away into the corner, dives in with a splash to the back. Generico now bringing Takeshita back up to a standing base. Springs off the ropes and a dropkick right into the spine. I wonder if we could use Generico as part of When Worlds Collide. I mean, I know we shouldn't do. Nah, it's probably better off to use Sami Zayn, isn't it, when you think about it? How's Sami Zayn been doing in the past? Sami Zayn, 25 matches, currently sits on 0 points. We'll have to have a look. We'll have to have a look. There's a potential we could use El Generico. El Generico versus Sin Cara. The generic luchador versus the faceless luchador. Referee counts the 1 count there from Generico, standing moonsault. And of course, don't forget Don Callis is at ringside. So it's interesting. We know what Don Carlos is all about. We know he's a bit of a dick. I recently started following him on Twitter, and he is an absolute madman on Twitter. None of it makes sense. It's all written in capitals. It's an absolute insane thing that goes on. It's really, it's just mad. So let's get to Takeshita now. Then with the strikes right into the face. Gonna get to the 10 count. Generico able to break free just about. Generico looking for the haluva kick. Takeshita able to move out of the way. This is the last match today. I'll give you a quick rundown of what's happening tomorrow. Dr. Wagner Jr. goes up against Atlantis Jr. in a CMLL Spotlight match. We got a Battle of the Warriors as Ninja Mac takes on Templario, Samurai Del Sol, and Vikingo. Underground Action Samoa Joe versus Tomohiro Ishii. We've got E-Reptile Dysfunction back in action taking on Punkhausen, the team of CM Punk and Danhausen. My word, does Punk need a win. And to cap off the day tomorrow, Mil Mascaras versus Penta Blue Thunder Bomb by Konosuke Takeshita. And now Stalking, that's not enough for him. He wants to add more damage. He's going to take him up, hooks him, and in. Wow. It's like a, well, it's like a victory, that's what it is. It was like a fisherman's Michinoku driver he just hit there. Absolutely brutal and got the victory. Massive one there for Konosuke Takeshita. Somebody who, of course, is very young and is going to continue to develop and get higher and higher and higher up our rankings. And I think he deserves to be higher and higher up the rankings as well. I think he deserves to be in and around that All-Asian Championship picture. And potentially the New Generation Championship we're going to bring in as well, which is only going to be available to people under the age of 30. There we go then. Takeshita is victorious here today. Pretty strong. So yeah, he moves up to a +5. And Generico now, with that loss, moves down to a -2 after 4 matches. I do want to do a PWG week at some point. Just rocking those really classic independent style matches. There was an era where I used to watch it. It was sort of like mid-2010s. That 2015 onwards. They just had some incredible matches. I mean, even up to this day, we'd use people like Takeshita in that as well, but you had the likes of the young... One of my favourite matches was... I can't remember what it was, that's the problem. It was a 6-man tag. It was the Young Bucks and somebody. And it was up against Samurai Del... I can't remember. It was such a good match. It was Ricochet, Rich Swann, and Samurai Del Sol. That's what it was. Against the Young Bucks and somebody else. It was an incredible match. It really, really was. Also, you had stuff... I mean, I saw a link yesterday. They were talking about it with Dominik Dijakovic versus Keith Lee. Was an amazing match as well. You had the likes of Phoenix and Penta. You had Gunther was there. You had Zack Sabre Jr. You had both members of DIY when they were single stars. It was just such an amazing generation of wrestlers. Will Ospreay did a few. Kenny Omega did a few there as well. Not as many as some of the others. But Kevin Owens was a massive part of it. Sami Zayn was a massive part. Sami Callihan. Adam Cole. The list goes on and on and on. There's such an amazing group of talented people. And I really would like to do that at some point when we get round to it. Anyway, we'll love you, leave you. That's the end of today's matches. Like I said, 5 more big ones tomorrow. Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Atlantis Jr. Ninja Mac Templario, Samurai Del Sol, and Vikingo in a 4-way elimination match. Samoa Joe Ishii in an underground match. E-Reptile Dysfunction, Iguana, and Luchasaurus up against Punkhausen, Punk, and Danhausen before the main event of the day. Penta versus Mil Mascaras. Good night.